Translator's Preface and Prologue of The Emancipation of South America. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Piotr Natter. The Emancipation of South America by Bartolomé Mitre. Translated by William Pilling. Translator's Preface and Prologue. Translator's Preface. The title of this translation is the second title of the original History of San Martin. This transposition of title is an index to the relation which the translation bears to the original. This latter is truly a biography of San Martin, whose life could not be understood unless very full accounts were given of the events in which he took so prominent a part. Therefore, the biography is also a history. No man who plays a prominent part in the history of a revolution can escape becoming involved in disputes with his contemporaries, and in many intricate questions which are of interest only to a very small number of their successors. These disputes and these questions greatly affect the career of a man, but have small influence upon the history of a nation. Of such troubles San Martin had his full share. His biographer has entered fully into them, and with much detail has given proofs of the correctness of the view he takes of them. These details are, for the most part, suppressed in the translation, and all matters concerning San Martin himself are greatly curtailed, while prominence is given to the events of the times in which the scene passes. The translation is thus a history in which enter the biographies of the two principal personages, San Martin and Bolivar. This translation is intended only for the general mass of English-speaking readers to whom minute details are wearisome, and is thus in every part a condensation of the copious accounts which are given in the original of the stirring events described. The student of history will not find in it that ample information which he requires in order fully to understand the subject in all its bearings. For him the original provides a mine of historic wealth, enriched as it is with notes and with a voluminous appendix. William Pilling, London, March 1893. Prologue. The object of this book is to give a biography of General José de San Martin, combining therewith the history of the emancipation of South America. It is a necessary complement to the history of Belgrano, written 30 years ago. These two histories display the Argentine Revolution in its two principal aspects. One relates the development of a nation, the other the effect of this development upon the emancipation of a continent. The history is based, for the most part, upon documents hitherto unpublished, some of which are truly posthumous revelations which throw new light upon mysterious or little-known events or current errors resulting from defective information. I believe I have consulted all the books, pamphlets, newspapers and fly-sheets which have ever been printed concerning San Martin, and of manuscripts I have a collection of at least 1,000 documents, bound in 73 thick volumes, which it is my purpose to deposit in the National Library. The most important of these sources of information has been the archive of General San Martin himself, which was placed at my disposal by his son-in-law, the late Don Mariano Balcarce. I have also consulted the archives of this city from the year 1812 to the year 1824, without which it would have been impossible to compile a complete history. The archives of the Director Pueyrredon, which were given to me by his son, have also been of great service to me, as also those of General O'Higgins, Don Tomás Godoy Cruz, General Las Heras, and others. I have also acquired much verbal information from conversations held with many of the contemporaries of San Martin, and with some of his companions in arms. In addition to consulting all available maps and plans relating to the campaigns of San Martin, I have inspected in person the routes followed by the army of the Andes, and have made sketches myself of the scene of memorable events, when plans were not forthcoming. This book will not be the historical monument which posterity will someday consecrate to the immortal memory of San Martin, but those who do at some future date erect it will herein find abundant materials, stones finished or but roughly cut, with which solidly to lay out the foundations. Bartolomé Mitre, Buenos Aires, 1887. Here follows, on 25 pages, a list of unpublished manuscripts consulted in the compilation of this work, which manuscripts will be deposited in the National Library of Buenos Aires. William Pilling. End of Translator's Preface and Prologue of The Emancipation of South America.